Trouble starting creative projects. Does this feel relatable? Fresh art supplies? Check. A million amazing ideas? Check. Tons of excitement? Check. I'll start tomorrow. Before you know it, 5 weeks have gone by, and you're still telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. Only now you don't really believe yourself. You're less excited and starting to question the whole thing. Starting something new is hard, even when it's art. Whether it's a whole new venture or just a new project, even when the activity is fun and something you actually want to do, like making art, there's just something intimidating about the beginning. Then, not taking that first steps becomes paralyzing and overwhelming. Soon, that lack of movement becomes a self-fulfilling spiral of negativity. The farther you go down that path, the harder it is to start. Let's figure out the problem. You want to create, but you're avoiding. What's the problem? My guess is it's one or more of the following: creative pressure and insecurity. You've created pressure for yourself that this work is going to be, it has to be, amazing. But your fear says, what if it's not? You start doubting your ideas. They seemed really creative, but maybe they're not all that great. They're probably not worth wasting good art supplies on. Perhaps you'll just wait for inspiration. The perfect idea will come to you, then you can start. Art project perfection. You have the perfect idea, but now the project feels too big and too important. You've built it up in your mind and you've told yourself it has to look a certain way. Nothing less is acceptable. It feels precious and you don't think you can live up to it, and falling short is simply not an option. You're not sure where to start, so it only lives as an idea, perfect in your mind. Your studio environment. Your studio could look like an art nook in the living room, its own room, or live in a box, so it's mobile. Whatever it looks like, something in your space may be holding you back. Perhaps it's too messy. Perhaps it's too clean. Or it could be that every time you go to your space to start, you leave frustrated with no progress. When this happens, no matter how nice the space, our subconscious starts to associate that space with frustration and failure. Those feelings then come online automatically. Life's distractions getting in the way. I'm talking about the rest of your life, which may have nothing to do with your art. But when it comes to art, we access a vulnerable state in ourselves. If we're dealing with something challenging in our life, then those emotions often flood out when we create. The walls we put up to get through our day-to-day are down, and there's no looking away from whatever we're dealing with in our life. This could be a big life event or a million little things that are drowning you. I have 4 start now strategies. Before we start to spiral into negative thoughts, I have some solutions for you. 4 start now strategies. These strategies will get you past the resistance barrier, and once you try them, you'll have already started. Number 1, get hands-on and play. The first step is to play. Stop taking yourself and your ideas so seriously. Remember that this is supposed to be fun. Think about how you created as a child. Channel that energy. For intuitive creatives, this approach is very natural. Simply get out your materials and follow your instincts. In fact, perhaps make something ugly to chase out those negative feelings and release the pressure. Get messy and have fun. And then realize you've started. Success. For planners, you can do this too. However, as a planner, while I find this practice cathartic, it doesn't always really help me actually start the work I want to do. So first, I recommend for planners to start out the same way to warm up. Then start playing with the ideas you want to work on. Work on them in different media. Explore and experiment. Use your original idea as a jumping off point and just play with it. Knowing your original idea isn't going anywhere, you can always go back to it as it was. Either way, playing with the idea will rejuvenate your enthusiasm for the project, and this very act is your first step. Number 2, go into the studio. Change the energy of your space. Remember, it doesn't matter what that space actually is. You can change how you react to it. I want you to engage with that space without the pressure of trying to start a project. First, I recommend you clean your space. Even if you thrive in chaos, no one likes to work in dirt. Well, maybe except potters. Just kidding. Even then, clean your space and clean your tools. If you have any unopened supplies you're saving, open them up. Your life is the special occasion. And honestly, most art supplies don't get better with age, so use them. Then add inspirational assets around your space. Things that make you happy, fun quotes, pics of family or friends or pets, other art, vision boards, stickers, stuffies, wacky objects from the thrift store, whatever you want. Only add things that make you smile and inspire you. These things will change the energy of your space. Finally, I want you to set out some supplies, not everything, but a few things that are especially fun to play with. Set them out in a way that feels inviting, so the next time you enter the space, you want to sit down and start. Number 3, go outside the studio. Grab some art supplies, throw them in a bag, and go. Bring a sketchbook, pencil, something colorful like colored pencils or markers, whatever's handy. Go to the library, a park, or a coffee shop. Where's somewhere you could go that's close and cheap or free and just hang out for a while? Keep this really simple. Low-hanging fruit, people. Then refer to strategy 1 and play. Go to your local art museum, wander around and get inspired by other artists. Don't just contemplate the artwork, but consider the artist as well. Let the fact that they started, that they got their idea out of their head and into the world inspire you. You will see work you don't like, but you can still respect the artist for making it. It doesn't have to be perfect to exist. Go to an art or craft supply store. I find looking at materials really inspiring. You don't even have to buy anything. Okay, you can if you want. But see the supplies as potential. What could you do with that? Harness the energy, excitement, and anticipation of that experience. Number 4, discovery journaling for creative resistance. Sometimes to get out of our heads, we first have to dive in deeper. Journaling is a great way for identifying issues with more clarity. Discover your resistance to starting. Sometimes just acknowledging an issue can create more peace of mind. So ask yourself, is it the art? How are you feeling about the ideas you're having? Is it you, the artist? How do you feel about your capability as a creative? Is it you, the human? What's going on in your life right now? Make a list of all the stuff you're dealing with. Are there possible solutions? What steps could you take? Are there no solutions? How can you shift your mindset or response? Do you need help? Can you ask a family member or friend? Do you want or need professional help? I think everybody should be in therapy. Can you make art about the issue that you're going through? This can be an amazing way to process emotions and create at the same time. And it's another way of starting. It's time for you to start. These 4 start now strategies will get you started. Once you do any of these steps, you will have taken your first step, success. The first step doesn't have to be large or perfect. After all, it's just a step. And then it's easier to take the next one and the next. These strategies will get you started, and momentum is a powerful thing. But I also have something that may help you keep going when the going gets tough. Check out my free workshop, Start Making, Build an Authentic Art Practice. I give you 6 easy steps to build a structure for success. These steps will help you build both a physical and mental foundation for an ongoing creative practice. Check it out. If you enjoy this episode, subscribe to my podcast, YouTube channel, or newsletter. Thanks for joining me. Until next time.